All right. So today we're going to be ranking every hero in Marvel Rivals by how annoying they are. Now, this is probably going to annoy some of y'all because obviously I'll be calling out some of your mains and like a lot of people don't like that. But so the general premise is we're going to be ranking them all by how annoying they are. And from my own personal experiences of what I've played against them, seen of them in games. And this is an interesting one to say the least, because I'd be interested to hear what a lot of you guys have to say and think about what I've placed here and if you would place anything higher or anything lower. But let's get straight into it and we'll get to it. So Adam Warlock, annoyingness, honestly, he's not really that annoying. He's kind of just there. He's got like 2 burst heals. He's got a soul bond. His res is situational. Not a lot of people really know how to capitalize on using his ultimate that well, and they are very wasteful with soul bond as well, especially in like the lower levels. So he's not all that annoying overall. I guess you could argue that like he has a bit more of an annoyance now that he can fly and get away from people, so you can't quite lock him down so easily. But aside from that, he's not all that annoying. Angela, I think I'm gonna put her up in A. She's pretty annoying. She can just stay stuck to you, whether it's flying through the air, flanking around the sides, displacement, whether she ends up wanting to just like displace you if you're playing on support or a DPS and just take the 1v1 and get into a brawl for all, being a tank and having like the ground stance brawling, displacement overall. It's very powerful, it's very useful in certain situations as well, and a lot of people don't really know how to react to it. And then we've got Black Panther. I'm literally just gonna do it. I don't care. This guy is so annoying. People call him the tickle monster, but when you're playing in like the lower ranks of say like anywhere from like bronze to like platinum, there's just people like zipping around left and right, like just trying to like TikTok people like left and right, and it's so obnoxious because a lot of support players don't actually know how to deal with that dive or how to survive when a Black Panther goes on them. And I'll give you guys a little bit of a tip. Look at your other support and heal each other. Black Panther, nullified. 10 out of 10. You're welcome. So is S most annoying or least? So S will be most annoying in this case, Mancho. So S will be the most annoying characters, and then F will just be like, who are they? Like, why do they exist? Black Widow. She's not all that annoying, to be honest. I mean, there was that whole like thing of her, you know, being like, now everybody calls her anti-dive, like after the whole Zaza situation with Kingsman and all that. But overall, she's not really that annoying. It's like, granted, in higher levels, like the people who can make her work, it might be a lot more like irritating to deal with and like more of an issue. But for the most part, in like the lower levels, like not all that really. You don't really see anybody like doing much with her. Thank you. I got you, dude. Blade. I'm gonna put him in the middle ground here because he's annoying to a degree because obviously his lifesteal, and he just like sword go burr like when he like starts ramping up with his attacks. The reason like he wouldn't be like higher, like you could argue for him to maybe be here. He's very niche. Not a lot of people actually play him. And if they do, they don't really know how to play him unless you're in like higher levels of the game. Outside of that, like he's very niche, very situational, and there's only a few people who can actually make him work, i.e., for example, like the rank 1 Blade Avenue, like he's a ridiculously good player and he makes him work at the highest levels. So that I've kind of put him in the middle of ground just for like in terms of like 1v1 purposes. Like he's a bit obnoxious and he can apply anti-heal like when he does his spin. So that's why I put him in the middle ground. He's a bit obnoxious. Captain America. I'm just gonna say it. The reason I'm gonna put him in S is for his stall. Straight up, just for his stall. Like running around, jumping all over the place, like contesting a point in overtime, like, and he's just so obnoxious. Granted, again, in higher levels of the game, people might find an easier time killing him, but like, say for example, he's running around, jumping all over the cart in overtime contesting, and then he has his ultimate. He's practically invincible at that point. Like, and as referenced in many things before, he's definitely in like the lower levels of the game. Like, he's way more obnoxious. Obnoxious? Yeah, good English. He's way more obnoxious to deal with because people don't have as good aim, or like, and he's just a bit more like of a trouble to deal with. Cloak and Dagger, she's not overly that difficult to deal with, to be honest. A lot of players are not very aware of the surroundings, so you can catch players out, and they're just like tunneling, doing like heal bot stuff. But you can also, like, as much as she has Fade as well, and potentially Terror Cape, which is slight peel, a lot of it would come down to the other support actually peeling for her. Like, she has good self-sustain if she bubbles on top of herself to like survive a dive, but it will generally come down more to having her other support peeling for her and patty caking with each other, so to sustain and survive any like dive that comes through. So she's not overall like that obnoxious to deal with in terms of like that kind of sense. The one thing that is a bit obnoxious is her ultimate, and it's probably why she gets banned a lot in high level games, to be honest. And for anybody who's in like anywhere from like, say, like gold to platinum or whatever, where you're getting bans available to you, ban Cloak and Dagger. It's literally auto aim, easy mode heals, and like, it's just such a simple, easy kit. And it's like, if you ban it, a lot of people will struggle to adapt to playing with another healer, whether it be Luna because it relies more on aim, whether that's Invis Woman because it relies a little bit more on your positioning. And granted, she is a bit of a raid boss, Invis, but you know, let's move on. Daredevil S. Need I say more? Have you seen the Ignite Pro play? Blade just becomes a fidget spinner. He's not my guy, Cap. Mantis due to the headshot. True. She's also, if coordinated enough on the with the Cloak and Dagger Mancho, she can be killed out of her ultimate, whether it's like Maggle, Punisher shotgun, etc. Like, or she's just heavily focused. Yeah, Daredevil. Homie's busted. Like, whenever I think of the character Daredevil, do you all remember the meme of where the guy's sweating like crazy and like smashing the hell out of his keyboard, and he's like, yeah, that dude. Need I say more? He's like crazy, and even in the highest levels of the game of like pro play, like, and he just runs amok through every level of the game. And it's like, if anybody has any kind of an inkling or how to play him, then he's literally just like one of the most obnoxious people to deal with. And people really struggle with playing against dive in the lower levels of the game. Deadpool. Okay, this is a situational one. I'm going to put him S for Tankpool. Tankpool is so busted. He is so busted. He's damn near unkillable, and he kind of just goes crazy with what he can do. And if you have your ultimate and you just put it onto the backline on an enemy support, and then somebody dives, gone. Dust. It's like such a simple like death sentence. DPS pool, I'm not overly too sure. Like, I've not seen too much of him, but, and I think that's, he might be the weakest, unless they gave him a buff recently. I'm not sure on that. I've not really followed Deadpool's like buffs or changes. And I think then support pool is better than the DPS pool. At least that's what it was when I last like took notice anyway. Doctor Strange, I'll be honest, he's not that annoying to deal with. Is a really good hero, and he was my first character that I got to Lord, and it's like I really enjoy playing him. He's got so much like, his kit is simple but enjoyable. Like, it was the best way I could describe it. He's good at holding space, and you can aggressively take space, but then again, it comes down to whether or not there's a lot of poke on the enemy team. I play aggressively as a tank player, so it's like I like to take and make space, like, as aggressively, and, like, you know, push forward and, like, try and make things happen, whether it's just take the space or take the point, or, like, you know, cause pressure so, like, the other team makes a mistake or anything of the sort like this. I would say that I'm gonna put him this side of, okay, maybe not. I was gonna say I'm gonna put him this side of Blade as, like, a slightly higher, like, level of B than Blade, but yeah, he'd be higher level B than Blade. Blade is more in the lower end of B, closer to C. But yeah, overall, Strange is really good character in my opinion. He's got a lot of, like, use and value in the game. His ultimate is obviously way harder to hit at higher levels because people anticipate it more, and whether already two of my main characters are in S tier, I can explain, I promise. Is it because they're busted? Is that what this is, chat? But there's nothing more satisfying than landing a crazy good Strange ult, and a lot of people in the higher ends of the game use Strange for TP to get back to the point to contest, whether it's overtime or just to re-engage in the fight. It's not used quite as much because there's less coordination in, like, the lower ends of the game, but a lot of the time you'd probably get more value in the lower ends of, like, just making an ultimate play through the portal. That's kind of the difference in the two, to be honest. Emma, she's kind of fell off a bit, to be honest. She's not quite as a dominant, I guess. Like, for a while, she was the tank, like, when she first came out. Granted, she still has, like, a lot of good value, but she's a lot more niche and not quite as strong as a lot of the other tanks these days with some of the balances and stuff that they've done to her. She's still semi-difficult, especially at, like, maybe, like, a lower level of the game, to kill because of the damage reduction she gets in diamond form. But she's still, like, a really good tank, to be honest. Like, she's just not as good as some of the rest of the picks that are in the game right now. The changes that she got have kind of, like, slid her down the pecking order a little bit. So she's not overall that difficult or obnoxious to deal with. So she could probably just sit in probably, like, maybe the middle ground. She'd be below Strange for me. Actually, no. I'd say she's above Strange, but not above Blade. Above Blade as well. So it'd probably be Emma, Strange, and then Blade. Elsa. Come on. Elsa Bloodstone is so obnoxious. She's unbelievably busted. And I'm literally just going to say it straight away. Look at the pro play and people who are in the higher ends of the game. She is crazy busted. She needs nerf into the ground. Like, it is unbelievable how busted and broken she is. Her ultimate lasts for so long. But the thing is as well, in order to have her actually be as effective as she is, Gambit needs to not see the light of day, because as soon as she Glartroxes, Gambit can cleanse that and then her ult's useless. So in order to have Elsa actually work efficiently and properly, you have to remove Gambit completely and entirely. Oh, speak of the devil, we've got him right here. I'm kind of in the way a little bit, but he's right here. Speaking of the devil, Gambit. I'm gonna put him at A. For me personally, because he has so much sustain and he can do so many things in his kit. He can apply anti-heal, he can knock back, he can chain heal to all of his teams, he can cleanse. His ultimate is literally just, we win. Like, they nerfed him a little bit ago, but he's still really up there. He doesn't see a lot more play in the higher levels because of Elsa, because he just hard counters Elsa's ultimate. But, like, in pro play, he's almost a permaban. But just in general play him in the like the lower levels of the game, his dashes as well, his maneuverability is genuinely just, it makes him harder to lock down because of his two dashes, and he can turn corners with his dash as well. He's pretty annoying to deal with simply because like he can do so much. His kit is very inflated with things that he can do. He just has a lot of survivability, and his ultimate is a win condition, more or less. Groot, I'm going to put Groot high B, like low A, high B, because when he's out here playing Fortnite and you're just trying to like take space, it's just like, oh my God. But again, in the higher levels of the game, people will just break the walls. In the lower levels, people just don't bother. It's not really a thing that like comes to mind from what I've seen. It's like I myself, I'm a plat player. And so for me, it's like I'm usually the one having to break the walls for Groot. And just overall, people, they see, I am Groot. And then they're just like, okay, cool. He goes, wall, wall. Everyone's just like, it's just, there's one thing that I could preach to a lot of people, like in the lower levels of the game, anywhere from even like bronze to platinum. I'm not sure about diamond and above because I've not been there yet myself. I've only been into plat. Make it a priority to break Groot walls, penny nests, rocket amplifiers, Phoenix ultimates, Squirrel Girl ultimates. Like all of these things can be like blown up and destroyed. Please do it. It will make your life so much easier and the game so much easier overall as a result for yourselves and your team. I will never stop harping on about that point. I'm not gonna lie. Hawkeye. Okay, this is a weird one. I'm gonna put him in A for what I've seen people do with him. He does crazy fucking damage. Granted, he's a higher, like, mechanically based hero. You have to be a good player. There's no two ways about it. It's like, granted, his ultimate is almost like easy mode. Like, as soon as you hit his ultimate, like, whatever's in front of you in a shadow, shoot it. But some of the stuff that I've seen some people do with this character in the higher levels of the game is disgusting. So I'm going to put him at A for that. He's not quite as effective or useful in the lower ends, and people struggle with dive, and he's a very stationary character when he's charging his shots. Hela. I'm torn. I'm torn here. She hits really fucking hard. You know what? Because of her ultimate, I'm going to put her in A. Because of her ultimate, like, because she hurts overall with just her general basics and, like, her explosive bolts that she fires out as well. And with her basics, when you're rooted, can nuke you, even as a tank. But it's like, for me, and the reason why I put her up in A is in the lower levels of the game, she just goes completely uncontested. This is another one of the things where it comes under where I said, like, Groot walls, penny nests, like, rocket amps, etc. Blow Hela's ultimate out of the sky. You'll thank me later, trust. Hulk. High B, low A. Depending on the person who's piloting Hulk, he can be crazy obnoxious and carry a team. But then again, it will literally just be that that player is as good as they are at playing Hulk, and they're diffing the other team simply just because they don't match up, and sometimes matchmaking is like that. But and he can make a lot of space generally, so it's like if he jumps in and ults, like he practically just flies. So if he's heal botted, he's a force of nature. That's true. A lot of people don't actively do that though. If he does get heals and like he can sustain and just walk forward and get away with doing everything that he wants to do, he can be a lot more effective. True. Human Torch. I'm going to put him in B, but kind of like mid to low B. He fell off a cliff from that one season where he was unbelievable. They gave him like a rebalance or a rework, and he just kind of like fell completely out of the meta, and like you don't really see him getting picked that much. And I'll be honest, all of the people that I see in the low levels of the game, they couldn't, like, a lot of them couldn't hit the upside of a barn door. Like, I've seen some stuff, trust me. He's very positional dependent. If people are just literally sat there, just like in open view, like they're playing wrong. You want to be trying to get like off angles and like have like, say for example, I saw in like one of the pro games where Shikigami absolutely destroyed Navi. The Human Torch had a wall up on his left side and he was just peppering down main like off the angle. Playing natural cover and having like things like this and controlling area like control with Torch, with where you can light up the points that he puts down, you can get more value out of him that way. But overall, he's not that like obnoxious to deal with in terms of like annoyance. Invis, she's a raid boss. I have ever since they made the changes to Invis, I hated her. Like, she's damn near impossible to kill. She can 1v1 pretty much anybody in the fucking game. She's a raid boss. She's busted. And I'm not even going to say more. That's all that needs to be said. Iron Fist, I'm going to put him in A. Because it's obnoxious as fuck, like, when you're trying to play the game, and, like, you could genuinely probably survive with, like, people paying attention properly and healing a bit more. But as soon as he just beelines for your ass as a tank, it's just, like, he's trying to make the town halls cheaper, and, like, I'm just like, bore off, bro. Like, leave me alone. I'm going to put Iron Man in low B, because... low to mid, actually, because he's a bit annoying when people just spam from, like, Africa with him. Like, you know, people don't actively counter switch. In the higher levels, you see it, but in some of the lower levels, people don't have the awareness or, like, you know, the knowledge of, like, which characters to counter pick. But it's literally, if you can pick a Punisher, Iron Man counter, easy. A lot of them won't react quick enough that you can probably just shoot them out of the sky like that. He's just... He relies a lot on his Unibeam to do a lot of work for him, and that makes him such a stationary target a lot of the time, and people should really take advantage of that. Jeff, I want to put him in S because I hate that character so much. I hate him so much. I want to put him in... You know what? I'm doing it. I'm putting Jeff in S, sorry. He's so obnoxious. He's good with dive. He's good against dive. His ultimate leaves a healing pool that your team can fight in. Granted, in some of the higher ends of the game, like, as soon as you ult, you get nuked. Like, it happens because he's more counterable. Like, but he gets away with a lot of murder in the lower ends. Like, he can heal and damage by shooting. If he literally, for example, shoots down a lane from the back of, like, a map to his team, he's damaging and healing at the same time. It's literally... It's what you'd define as Rocket Raccoon peak gameplay. Like, for real. Like... Loki. I'm gonna put him in A. Not for probably the reasons that you think. Mostly due to the fact of when he changes into a Cloak and Dagger or an Invis or a Luna, and then the team just lives forever because of it. His lamps, they are easily counterable if people focus them. This is another one that falls into the pool of, like, Penny Nest, Rocket Raccoon amps, etc. Destroy the Loki lamps. Luna, I'm going to put her in B. She's not that annoying to deal with overall because she's, she kind of fell off a little bit. They gave her a change where they made her snowflake, or snowball, whatever it is, like where you freeze people, a bit faster, which is a decent little quality of life, and it allows you to do a lot more, like, with her in that regard of, like, stopping ultimates, etc. But the main thing that's a bit annoying with her is when she ults, for the most part. Magic, Mm, I'm gonna put her in A because a lot of people don't know how to deal with dive, and like she has a one-shot combo that you can use, and I don't know the exact like inputs for it, but it literally just deletes. I've seen it happen. So she's a bit obnoxious to deal with on that front because a lot of your supports just kind of like fall over. Magneto. I'm just gonna put him in B. He's not that obnoxious to deal with. He's kind of a staple of like every game and every season since the inception of Marvel Rivals. He's not that obnoxious to deal with. He's just a really solid all-around tank. Like, he's good for holding space, contesting space. He's generally just a good wall overall for the most part. And if you are learning tank or you want to, like, you know, be effective on tank, Magneto kind of does it all from front to back, really. Mantis. I'm going to put her in B. She's very situational. She's coming up a lot more in the picks, especially, for example, in, like, pro play because of the damage boost. And if somebody in like some of the lower levels of the game, like in the like say like plat, for example, like where I play, if a Mantis is semi decent, like you get just sleep on repeat. Thank you, Christ. One of my mains, not in S. I mean, to be fair, Mancho, maybe this says a little bit about you playing OP obnoxious stuff, you know. Nah, I'm kidding. Mr. Fantastic. Okay, hear me out on this one. High C, low B. The person playing him has to be good because overall he's not that great as a character. But if the person playing him's decent and knows what they're doing, and like, for example, if it's in like a slightly lower level game, he can just run the show. He's I don't know, he feels like he's just lacking a little something. He's like a pseudo off tank almost, but it's like, I don't know. Something's missing. I'm gonna put Moon Knight in A. Probably mid to high A. Is annoying because people sit in like fucking Africa and they'll just be like spamming. For me though, he's one of the funniest characters because the people who play him, like whenever, as soon as you dive them or get on them, it's just like ank at the floor and they're just staring at the floor, throwing all the shit at the ank, and it's hilarious to watch. But he does a lot of damage, and he gets a lot of like ricochet damage and stuff, and his ultimate is good, and like the fact that you can yoink people in like with the ank as well after you've popped the ultimate is pretty like decent, but he is high damage, but he's mostly annoying because of his playstyle. Namor, I'm just gonna put him in B for the most part because he's not that annoying. Granted, he's anti-dive, so for dive characters and people who play dive DPS, etc., he might be a little bit more obnoxious, but this tier list is mostly based on like, you know, like my experiences and stuff. But I don't really overly find like many people doing much with him. I mean, every now and again, I'll end up eating the center of like his whale, but it's like he'll be like panic ulting on top of himself or something. But it happens, you know. Penny, if it's a good play, like low A, high B, if it's a good player and they've got a good defensive setup and they know what they're doing, she can be really obnoxious to play against. Like, they can just straight up full hold out, and people just don't really seem to know how to look at Penny Nest, and it's just it melts my brain sometimes. I will never stop harping on about break Penny Nest. Break Penny Nest. Phoenix. I'm gonna put her in A because she just hits like a fucking truck. And it's like she has like some self-peel where she can like fly away and like dash backwards, etc. Her ultimate is obnoxious to deal with as well because like people don't blow it up for one, like when you can easily destroy it. But it, for example, if you have a rocket, she instantly neutralizes like the rocket amplifier and, you know, just things of this. And she does residual damage to like everybody as soon as she hits the floor, and like she can just basically blow people up. Like it's not like too difficult. She just kind of slams. And Namor never gets a kill. It's almost always his squids. True. True. Oh, add to the penny nest, Namor squids. Psylocke. High B. Actually, no, I'm gonna give her A. That invisibility, and then when she like pops her ultimate, it's obnoxious. Like her ultimate just kills people like through support ultimates and stuff. So like, she's quite strong. She kind of flew under the radar a little bit. Like she was really strong for a while, and then she kind of like disappeared a little bit, but she's still strong. Her ultimate can change like a fight like that. But obviously it's a lot of like, you know, aim reliance and like, you know, flanking, etc. Just because you play poke doesn't mean that breaking penny nest is you being charitable. It helps you as well, because if you don't break it, then you can't expect tanks to create space. Valid. Punisher. I'm gonna go low to mid B. He's just Punisher. He shoots his gun for the most part. Granted, okay, hear me out. Shotgun Punisher has become more of a thing recently. That looks fun. And when some of the people who do it, who are really good at the game, it's fucking insane to watch. His shotgun hits like a truck. But outside of that, for the people who aren't quite as like mechanically gifted and like enjoy, you know, like the high end of like that level of play and stuff, he's kind of basic. It's just people go, I point gun, I shoot, gun go burr type of thing. Rocket Raccoon. I'm gonna put him in B. He's not that obnoxious to deal with. I mean, peak Rocket gameplay is literally just aim a lane and right click and just heal. And then as soon as you get your ultimate, put your ultimate down in a spot where it won't be instantly nuked. Unless they have a Phoenix. In which case, then you nuke the Phoenix. But he's a really safe. He's got 2 dashes. He can wall climb as well. Like he's good like self-peel in that regard. He can heal himself with his gun. His ultimate gives damage boost and overshield. So like he's really good in like that regard. But you get more value out of him in the higher level of the game. I'd feel like a lot of people don't really see it like in the other ends. Rogue, I'm gonna put her in A. She's kind of fucking obnoxious to deal with. When there's a rogue going in, doing flips and backflips, 720 no scopes, and fucking drop kicking your supports in the head and all kinds of stuff, and then like yoinking your powers and stuff, it can be obnoxious to deal with because people can't handle dive. But overall, she's pretty annoying, but she's fun to play. That's one thing I will say. I've started playing her a little bit recently. She's really fun to play. Like her kit is kind of unique, and I've been enjoying playing her, honestly. I can't lie. But in terms of like a game she's literally just all in, run it down, like bang, 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 punch your head in type of character. Scarlet. I'm hovering this like this because a bit of both for me. I'll put a low B because she doesn't really like fall into the same as this, because she's obnoxious because she just literally walks at you and goes, give me your health. Suck. And people just don't react. And like when she has the strange team up, she can do it quite a bit of damage. But overall, her ultimate is too easy to counter, whether you Lunar Snowball her, just straight up kill her, push her away with Invis, push her away with Thor. Granted, you'll be sacrificing yourself if you do the Thor push, but it saves the team at that point. And then next we've got Spider-Man. Honestly, I'm going to put him in A. Mostly because I've seen what, like, you know, good people can do on him. You'll be hard pressed to find somebody in the lower levels of the game who isn't just trying to, like, play Sony's newest version of Spider-Man where he's swinging around the city. But I'll be honest, the insta-lock, like, 1 and 9 Spider-Man, like, that I get on my team quite often. I know somebody's got to wear the mask, but can it not be you? Thoughts? Squirrel girl. You know what? This might surprise you. I'm putting her in A. She's so fucking obnoxious. It's literally just shoot down lane and hope to hit something. And her nuts just do so much damage. And people don't kill the Squirrel Stampede. Kill that shit, otherwise it's going to kill you. Nobody looks at that shit. It's mind-boggling. I completely forgot why I put an FT here. I completely forgot why I put one here. Because I don't think there's anybody who even fits in it. Ah, well. Fuck him. Star-Lord. I'm going to put him in B. He's not super obnoxious to deal with. You can kill him. Like, he has limited flight. His ultimate is really strong, I'll give you that. That gives him a little bit of, like, obnoxiousness. But outside of that, I don't know. He's a fun character to play, and I have played him whenever I've done, like, some DPS games here and there. But yeah, he's not super obnoxious to play against, at least, like, from my own experiences. Storm. If the... It's player dependent. So you could either put Storm here in B from, like, my own experience, because people don't really know how to play her that well, or if the person can play her pretty well, she can be such a nuisance and, like, really obnoxious and change the tide of a game. But you know what? I'll put her in A because her ultimate can completely change a fight. Like, she can literally wipe everybody with it. Thing. If he's being pocketed and, like, you know, he has good enough, like, teammates around him, he can be quite obnoxious and just be all up in your face, punching your head in. But if it's somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, like, and then he's not quite as thingy, but he's not quite as obnoxious to deal with. But I'll put him in A for now, based on the sentiment of if there's a good player, like, actually piloting the character. Thor. Honestly, I'm going to put Thor in A. That change that they gave Thor to where he can now displace, where he has, like, he can do his hammer and, like, displace and take people and kidnap them. It's so powerful. It's utilized and has way more value in the higher ends of the game than, say, the lower ends, but that quality of life, like, change all in all is just crazy. Like, and it will do, it's done him the world of good. And I recently myself went on a Thor arc and I got him to Lord. He was so much fun to play. He was so much fun. Ultron. He's kind of a Human Torch a little bit, isn't he? Really. Not a lot of people know how to play him. He literally just sits in the sky really slow, puts his drones down and shoots at people. Just shoot him and he'll fall over. And if he has to retreat or whatever, then just shoot him again when he comes back. Kill him. Kill the clanker, you know? Venom. I'm going to put him in A. He's very popular right now in, well, I say now. He has been for a while in, like, pro play. But he's just hard to kill overall if somebody has any kind of inkling of what they're doing on the character, because he can literally, he can go in, dive, like, use 90% of his health bar, then pop his E for his overshield, and then get, like, 80 at least % of his shield, like, health bar back in shield. And then by that point, like when he starts getting a little bit lower, his swing's already back up so he can swing back out. One tip that I would say for anybody who's looking to try and learn Venom, don't swing in, climb a wall or get on high ground and dive in and then swing out. You will survive so much more. Trust me. Winter Soldier. He's not super obnoxious, but if somebody's really good on him, he can be. There's PTSD to be found in Bucky going, oh, again, 45 times. But outside of that, he's not super obnoxious. If you get, like, hooked and uppercutted into your team and then get actually, like, blown the fuck up, then, yeah, I guess you could argue. But let's be honest, like, when you hit somebody with the cracking impact on Bucky and, like, and you get your agains going, dopamine satisfaction. Mwah. Love that. Love it. His ult makes him at least puts him in high B. Yeah, there's a case for it. A lot of this the choices that I put in this list here, chat, are to be, you know, like from experiences. Like, it's about whether, like, some of it is based off what I've seen that the character can do. Some of it is the character just being fucking busted. And some of it is from, like, you know, my own personal experience as well. And Wolverine. I'm a tank main. Need I say more? Need I say more? And there you have it, guys. Ranking every Marvel Rivals character. White Fox not included in this one because she's so new. I've not really had much of a way to actually gauge her that much. But that's ranking every character in Marvel Rivals by how annoying they are. Thank you so much for watching. And I appreciate you if you've made it this far. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys agree or disagree or would change anybody in order of anywhere. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.